Trump's attorney was forced to walk back a statement that the president did not sign a letter of intent.
Wait, but Rudy said that he never signed a letter. We saw it on Sunday. Was it Sunday, Willie?
If Rudy said it, it's true.
Yeah, so Rudy said he never signed a letter. It's not like he signed a letter.
I think it's getting to a point where, like others, there's not much to be expected to be true.
He didn't sign it. He didn't sign it.
Why do you put Rudy on the air? He's wandered into Kellyanne Conway territory.
That's what I wanted to say.
I just said it.
Just being careful. CNN obtained the letter addressed to a Russian firm dated October 28th, 2015, proposing the development that would be known as Trump Moscow, signed by Donald Trump, who on that same day...
Wait, but Rudy said he never signed a letter.
Right. So there's a lot of things
just
that he
2 days
says
ago
that turn out not to be true.
Just
we have
2 days
to wonder,
ago.
Like the interviews now are just kind of this,
you just kind of have to wonder.
grotesque TV that people can't stop watching. But he doesn't say anything true.
People who support Donald Trump, they see the lies every day. They come at him every day. And then when you say, what about his lies? They go, what lies?
Or he wasn't under oath, so we can lie.
That's what Rudy says. They see the lies every day.
Why would
he
we
lies
amplify that?
Every day.
All right. On the same day, though, he appeared center stage in the third Republican primary debate, President Trump, just 3 months before the Iowa caucuses. On Sunday, Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani told CNN, quote, there was a letter of intent to go forward, but no one signed it.
But no one signed the letter.
But then yesterday he told the New York Daily News, quote, I don't think I said no one signed it.
Yes, you actually did.
Giuliani went on to tell the Daily News that, of course, Trump signed it, that it was a bull letter, bull you-know-what letter, because that was the end of it.
But he himself said...
So...
He himself said that this continued on until November of 2016.
Yeah.
But as Rudy said, I was on Meet the Press, truth is not always truth.
This is not good.
Donnie, I mean,
Donnie Deutsch is here.
They're lying through their teeth.
I think we can't amplify their lies. I don't know.
Donald Trump has been lying through his teeth about Moscow for the past several years. Lying about Michael Cohen's contacts with Russians first. Lying, Mike Pence lied through his teeth saying we never spoke to any Russians during the campaign. That was a bald-faced lie. Lied about this project from the beginning. Donald Trump lied time and time again in front of Republican audiences saying that he had never had any contact with Russians. They had no business in Russia. They had not been in contact to have any business with Russia. The lies have continued. Donald Trump has been lying about his relationship with Russia and his contacts with Russia now for well over 2 years, and it has continued. It has tumbled into this week, even with Robert Mueller throwing people in jail and dragging them into court left and right because they keep lying about Russia. And you have Donald Trump's lawyer throwing out 3 or 4 lies over the last 3 or 4 days. It continues.
Giuliani is a buffoon at this point, so I don't even think he's even worthy of talking about. As far as those lies, they're going to come to roost. We've talked a lot on this show as far as once January comes and once more of these 17 investigations heat up and once there's subpoena power with this Democratic Congress, you're going to see how much he's been lying for the past 30 years. The scariest lie of all, though, was the lie that he said yesterday that we've defeated ISIS. And you guys obviously covered this very much. He is not, and I said this before, this is the scariest thing. He is not beyond a wag the dog. A wag the dog was, of course, a movie where a politician was in trouble and they created a fake war against. And he's doing the opposite right now. He basically, this goes back to his buddies, but also a diversion. What is the one thing in his mind that can stop the headlines about Mueller? What is the one thing that can stop the headlines about his destroyed presidency, about his stock market falling apart? I beat ISIS. He works back from the headline. He produces. He's not in the real world. He produces. And the fact that his latest production is an absurd lie that will end up possibly costing American lives. We might be able to do a dotted line, unfortunately, 6 years from now, from a terrorist attack in this country that happened because we didn't finish the job there.
6 years from now?
Or a year from now.
It'll be a lot. If it's ISIS, it'll be a lot sooner than that because, as somebody pointed out just 2 Christmases ago, they blew up Paris. So and now we have them on the ground and we're letting them up because Donald Trump wants to do a favor for Vladimir Putin
and create a
and for
lie.
Erdogan.
Create a lie that says, I defeated ISIS, that is going to cost lives. This is his biggest lie.
Also, will he follow the money? As always, when you look at foreign policy, why is he taking it too easy on the Saudis? Because the Saudis gave him millions and millions of dollars. As he said, they buy a lot of his toys. Why is he taking it easy on Russia? Because, as the Sun said, we get most of our money from Russia. And God knows, other than Robert Mueller knows too, all the other money that Donald Trump has gotten from Russia. And who else? So we see that he does Vladimir Putin a favor, undermining U.S. foreign policy. Oh, and wait a second. He gets a phone call from Erdogan in Turkey.
But there's no real estate there. There's no real estate there.
Who says they're terrorists? The Kurds are terrorists. We've been hearing this from Turkey now for decades. And all suddenly Donald Trump goes, oh, they're terrorists. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, we're going to pull them out. No. There's a Trump Tower.
I didn't know that.
In Turkey
as
well.
No way.
Trump Towers.
There are two.
Yeah.
There are two Trump Towers in Turkey. So guess what? Again, as we always say here, it's not about foreign policy, and it's not about political money. It's about his money. I'll say it again. He's not running for re-election. Everything he's doing right now is to line his pockets 2 years from now.
Joe, as you've been talking, a little bit of breaking news. Russian President Vladimir Putin at his year-end press conference was asked about President Trump's decision to pull out of Syria. He said, quote, as for defeating ISIS, I agree with the President of the United States that they've been defeated, and he calls the withdrawal of the United States the, quote, correct decision. That's from Vladimir Putin talking about Donald Trump.
So our intel community disagrees with Putin when it comes to interference in the elections. And our entire foreign policy apparatus in the United States of America across the West disagrees with Trump on this. But once again, he's on Vladimir Putin's side.
Vladimir Putin
alone
stood there at the press conference smiling. He got exactly what he wanted, and President Erdogan of Turkey got exactly what he wanted as well. The Kurds now exposed to the Turks.
My father would be so disgusted.
Read that again, because that is so stunning.
Beyond.
It's just, he's mocking us, Putin.
Putin says, as for defeating ISIS, I do agree with the President of the United States, calls the withdrawal of American troops the, quote, correct decision.